Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, March 12th at around 9 a.m. We're getting ready to head out of camp, getting a late start, but we're not going very far today. We're only going about, I'd say, another 8.5 miles to Gooch Gap Shelter. Again, we're taking it easy. Really, my plan is to get to mile 24 tomorrow because I can't get over Blood Mountain until Thursday. And at this point, it sets me up for the weekend. But I'm going to show you it's kind of clearing out in camp right now. People are all heading out, and we're probably going to be camping out again with the same group. There were about 30 last night when it was all said and done. But I'll flip this around and show you what we're up against this morning. Good morning. Just left Hawk Mountain Shelter, heading to Goose Mountain Shelter, about 9 miles out on a downhill. Matthew and Julian are out in front. Michael's still back in camp, breaking down his camp. He'll probably catch up with us later. Beautiful morning. It's going to be a warm one today. Down to shorts already at 9 a.m. And yeah, heading downhill. Eventually, I'm sure we'll be climbing. But I just thought you'd like to see what the trail looks like this morning. It's beautiful, obviously. I'm excited. Great morning for a hike before the weather starts to come in. And I'll check in with you later if anything exciting pops up. So, good morning. Okay, so we just come down, hit a road crossing, and now we've been on a steady climb for the last 5 minutes or so. So this is what it looks like flat, and that's kind of what it looks like going up. It's a nice little climb to start off the morning, but quite honestly, I prefer to do this in the morning and later in the day, especially when it starts to heat up. But Julian and Matthew are going a bit faster than me, obviously, and I stopped to take photos and my videos and such. So anyway, I'm sure you can hear my heavy breathing, and we'll just keep plugging along as we get up this mountain. All right, checking out for now. Okay, so we're about 5 miles out from our shelter, climbing Sassafras Mountain at the moment. This is level, and that's basically how we're going. It's a pretty imposing climb, probably the biggest for the day. But once we get past this, just be little ups and downs until we get into camp. So yeah, for this few seconds, you'll get to hear me heavy breathing. But yeah, as bad as it sounds coming out of my mouth, breath-wise, it's really not that bad. I feel well prepared for this so far. Tomorrow, we're gonna get some light rain in the afternoon, so that'll be a good opportunity to test some of my rain gear, as well as see how I do in the rain. I think I should be fine. It's when the big storms come, that's when I gotta see how I do. But I'm loving this so far. Obviously, it's only day 2. Like anything else, when it's new, they call it the honeymoon stage because everything's exciting and new. But after a month or so, I guess, that stage wears off. So I guess as I post videos a month from now, we'll see how I'm feeling then. But really, what makes this such a great hike is not just the hike itself, but all the nice people you meet. All of these people out here are out here for a common goal. Either it's to finish the whole trail like myself, or to make it to a certain point on the trail based on the time they have. And all very supportive of one another, all very friendly. And as you can tell from the friends I've met, it's basically international. People from all over the world come to hike this trail. And so exciting. Anyway, I'm gonna put the video away for now and focus on my climb, and I'll see you on the other side of this mountain. Okay, I don't know if you can see between those trees, that's a valley down below us. Currently in the process of climbing Sassafras Mountain. And I'll tell you, this mountain's no joke. We've been climbing for about 30 minutes, and it's been pretty steep. And it's only continuing to be steep. It's still a climb. So we're gonna keep plugging along, and we'll see how long it takes before we get to the top. Matthew's already at the top, probably. He's moving. So anyway, here I go.
Well, and that's the thing is that,
Hi, good morning, everybody. Made it down to Cooper Gap. We're a few miles out from where we're going to be tonight, and we hit trail magic. So I want to kind of share this with you, but I thought I'd check in before I actually show you where we're at.
section here. She sent it home when
So
she got
this
the
is
young
my
gap.
first
But for 6
trail
months,
magic on
everybody
the
called her
trail.
Bucket.
That's Ladybug,
So the scenario
Mitch,
being is that don't accept the trail
Matthew,
name unless you
Julian, and then myself. So this gentleman is doing mulligan stew and coffee, and he has his dog with him. This is great. It's a beautiful day today. Great day to enjoy. So I'm going to refill my water bottles, and it looks like he has a trash bag here as well. But yeah, first trail magic. Okay, so we just left Cooper Gap. It's about 12:40, heading towards Gooch Mountain Shelter, which is about 3 miles out. Beautiful day yet. Our trail magic we had at Cooper Gap, we had water bottles, stew, water refill, coffee, and the ability to dump out our trash. And there were 5 of us there. We had Matthew, Julian, a kid named Mitch, and a woman from New York who goes by Ladybug. And yeah, now we're on a little short climb. Not too bad, nothing like Sassafras Mountain. Little ups and downs now until we get to our shelter. Should be in about 3, would be my guess. I'd say about an hour and a half, maybe 2 o'clock. So it's gonna be an early day, but while I'm getting my trail legs underneath me, this is a good start. Don't want to overdo it because I don't want to, there's a roadway about a mile further down, Gooch Gap, but the shelter has bathrooms and bear boxes to keep our food safe. So that just saves me the hassle of worrying about those things. So that's the plan. Set up there, maybe do a little socializing, see if I get the ability to post some videos. I'm getting 1 bar of reception out here, which is great because it allows me to send pictures out, and even doing some texting to Gwen and Nathan, though it's not enough to get videos out. I've tried and it said I need cell phone service. So I think the first opportunity for getting videos out might be Neil's Gap in a few more days, or when I get to the Green Dragon on Friday afternoon, I can start getting some videos out. So you might see a batch at one time. But Julian and Matthew are up ahead. This is typical of my hiking. I usually fall behind, and that's fine. It's a beautiful day for a hike. Let me show you what it looks like. Again, heavily wooded. I think a lot of birch trees and maybe some sort of eastern oak tree out here. But it's just crazy, the amount of trees. So you can imagine, and you don't necessarily see it here, but when that hurricane came through in North Carolina and Tennessee and northern Georgia and southern Virginia, these are the kinds of trees that were coming down. So when I get up there, they've cleared a good portion of the trail, but you'll definitely see a lot of cut throughs on the trail to make access for hikers, and it'll give you a different look than what you're seeing here. But this is definitely different than what we see in Northern California. And I'm loving it, man. But honestly, this weather definitely makes it more enjoyable. So yeah, here we go. We're going to continue on, and I'll share a little more as I go along. Okay, it's a little after 1 o'clock. I'm just under 2 miles away from where I'm stopping for the night. Thought I'd share this. I've been hiking through this for about 5 minutes. So it's just a little different look. Been hiking through the tall birch trees earlier, and there's some sun exposure, but this is almost fully covered. It's nice and shady. And there's little ups and downs, not too bad. But I don't know if this is manzanita. Looks like it could be, but it's nice that it provides all this shade and it's right up on the trail. So just something different. Heading down at the moment. I'm coming to Devil's Kitchen, which is a campsite in a creek here in about 0.2 miles. Matthew and Julian are quite a bit ahead. I stop quite often in the video and such, so it slows me down. But I'll catch up to him at the campsite. I mean, there's about 3 people ahead of me overall this morning, and I passed Ladybug a little while ago. She was changing in the shorts. And there's some other hikers, probably about 10 behind us, all coming to the same spot tonight. I think I should get there early enough to get a decent spot. I mean, these sites, these shelters tend to have a lot of flat tent spots. So last night I thought I'd chosen a good spot and I liked it, though I kept sliding down it. So it was a slight slope. So I kept sliding down to the foot of my tent and had to readjust myself throughout the night. I actually slept pretty well considering. I mean, it takes me a few days to get adjusted being in a tent and sleeping outdoors. Usually I sleep fitfully up and down all night, but I expect I'll be getting used to it here soon. I can hear a creek running down there. This is just so cool. I like what this looks like, so this is where I'm heading. And we'll see where I get, and for sure I'll show you the shelter when I get down to it, and maybe something in between. We'll have to see. All right, here we go. All right, so we're climbing some stairs. We're very close to where we're gonna camp tonight. I wanted to show you those two climbing. We just crossed this little creek here, came down from those stairs, but now you get to see me climbing. I'm sure you'll hear some panting here in a minute. These steps are close enough apart though, where they're not too bad. I hate when they put the stairs so far apart that it's a challenge to get up. So there's a side trail there for the campsite at Devil's Kitchen. We're not staying there. I'm ready to get to a bathroom or a privy. So I'm looking forward to getting to the shelter. There's a slight climb here. For the most part, the big climb's done for the day. The little climbs along the way. And yeah, I'm the slow one in the group, so already falling behind. But I see another hiker up there as well. So yeah, we'll check back with you shortly. All right, almost 2 o'clock. Made it to our shelter. Gooch Mountain Shelter. There's the sign pointing to water and shelter. Blue gaze indicates you're leaving the trail, either to get off the trail at some point, in this case to get to the shelter and the water. Now I have about 1.5 liters of water left because of that last trail magic. I was given a bottle of water, which I drank right then and there. And then I also had a water refilling station there. So I refilled my water. So today I'm probably drinking about 3 liters. Definitely feeling like I need to drink more. So when I get here, I'll drink probably 2 more. And then I'll refill and probably have some lunch here before I set up and then get myself set up. Last night the setups, the campsites were very nice. There were a lot of them. We'll see how this one plays out and see if I can find a decent one here. Now I'm probably like 5th or 6th person in camp, so I'll have to take what's left. There'll be many more after me though, I'm sure. So you can see they have these bear hanging cables to keep food away from bears. They also have that canister. I'll likely do the canister, just easier. So this is a great opportunity. It says, please allow room for 2 tents per site. Okay. So this is a good opportunity to practice your bear setup since we're here early, you know, like the raising up into the trees, practice that. It's kind of on a slope, so let me see what I can find. But we're here. All right, so it's about 3:40. We're in Gooch Mountain Shelter. There's Julian's setup, and there I am. So I'll show you around this area so you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like. A few different campsites in the area, all fairly level but on a slope, but they're still leveled out. So there's one that someone will probably use at some point. This is the bear canister that we have our food in. We have Matthew set up over there. And further up the hill will be the actual shelter. And then you have also bear cables here if you choose to hang your food. And you have the bathroom or privy. It's one of the cleaner ones I've seen since we've been around here. But I'm going to walk you up to the shelter. It's a pretty nice little shelter. We're the only 3 here at the moment. I'm guessing others will show up, but I think a handful of people are hiking through. So I'm glad we stopped though. It's early in the day and yet I feel like I could use this rest as I'm building up my stamina because I'm in for the long haul, right? I think we all are obviously. But for me, I'm likely to continue on and make it through if I don't burn myself out early on this hike. I'm a little achy today, shoulders hurt a little bit, and calves are tight, but I've been doing some stretching. And I have a little cork ball that I roll my feet on. And so yeah, You may not see it, but there's a building back there. That's the bathroom. At some point, I'm going to be going down to the water source to filter more water. Definitely need to be drinking more. I'm drinking about 3 or 4 liters already, 4 liters. Finishing my 5th, and I feel like I can drink a lot more, so I will. Here's the side of the shelter, but I'll back off of it so you can kind of get a feel for it. This one, the picnic bench, is underneath a cover, and then inside you have an upper section and a lower section. And I'll probably eventually stay in one of these guys at some point, but I know that they have mice problems. Last night, one of the guys stayed in the shelter at the last place, and he had mice, and I guess the mice built a little nest in his shoes. Somebody left their pants here, no idea. They're not here anymore. And so the shelter is named after Kurt von Sigern. And people will write little notes around here, kind of get a feel for it. I'm gonna take you upstairs here and see what that looks like, at least climb the ladder. So here's an upstairs view. Looks like somebody left some socks. You know, some of this gear that's being left behind, it's too bad, because these are some nice socks that somebody's left. So anyway, I'll put them there. I doubt they're coming back with them. But yeah, we'll get some water, we'll make some food, and we'll see how it goes. And I know the video's all over the place. I apologize as I do this. And yeah, so enjoy, and I'll talk to you shortly. Hello everyone, it's about 6:30 in the evening on Wednesday. I've forgotten the date, but I'll tell you, we're at Gooch Mountain Shelter. It's gotten really crowded here tonight. I'd say at least 20 to 30 people. I am in my tent. There are some people sleeping in the shelter. The goal tomorrow is to get to Lance Creek Restoration Area, which is mile 24. You have to stop there if you don't have a bear canister, unless you plan on getting over Blood Mountain tomorrow, which I don't. There's a 5-mile section where you have to have a bear canister to be able to camp, so that kind of keeps me out of that. But there's a number of us that have that same issue. So tomorrow we'll stay at Lance Creek Restoration Area, mile 24. It's going to be about an 8.3 mile day. And then we're going to go into Neal's Gap on Friday. And then a little past Neal's Gap is Bull Creek, and camp there. And then Saturday morning, we're going to be picked up and taken to the Green Dragon Hostel in Hiawassee, Georgia, where I'll have my stitches removed. We'll do some resupply and take a shower and do some laundry. But at Neal's Gap, they also have pizza and a store and such, so we'll probably stop there for a short while and partake in that. So everything's going well, enjoying myself so far. Met a lot of new people, some new trail names that I've met with. So there's a guy named Second Wind. There's a woman named Ladybug, a woman named Dora, after Dora the Explorer. There was, well, myself, Sunny D, obviously. I named someone, I don't know if they'll keep the name, but I named him Dodger. And then there was one more name. I just can't remember it at the moment. But we're having a great time. And I'll see y'all tomorrow to start this all again. And yeah, good night. And Sunny D out.